Did you wake up this morning feeling normal, tired, or worse, empty? Have you ever asked yourself, how did I end up here? Not in a geographic sense, but in the life you're living. If your life were a movie, what would make this chapter memorable? Pause for a moment. Maybe you're not lost, maybe you've just forgotten that you're the one writing the script. And maybe it's time to start rewriting the next page. We often step into life with clear dreams, to become someone, to do something meaningful. But then come the jobs, the bills, the family responsibilities, and slowly, we get swept away. Many people between the ages of 25 and 45 have come a long way, yet still feel like they're living a life that doesn't quite feel like their own. Nothing's wrong, nothing's falling apart, but nothing makes the heart race either. And that might be the scariest part. This isn't a crisis. It's a signal, a whisper from deep within. Maybe I was made for more than this. Imagine a movie with no plot, no climax, no purpose. The main character just drifts from day to day, repeating the same scenes. Would you sit through that movie? Probably not. More importantly, don't let your life become that movie. The question isn't, is it too late? It's, do I have the courage to begin again right from where I am? And the answer is, yes. Always, yes. Life doesn't ask you to change the world. No one's telling you to quit your job, move cities, or do something wild by tomorrow morning. But you do need one thing, a dream, even a small one, to move forward with hope and purpose. Something that makes you want to open your eyes each morning and think, today, I'm one step closer. Maybe you once wanted to learn to paint. Maybe you dreamed of being a writer. Maybe you just wanted a job that didn't drain your spirit. Maybe you pictured yourself running a marathon, opening a cozy cafe, or simply living without wearing a mask every day. The good news is, those dreams aren't gone. They're just waiting for you to come back to them. And when you finally do, not with a grand gesture, but with honesty, that's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where you're no longer a spectator in your own life, but the main character, the storyteller, the director. That's where everything begins to change. Not on the outside, but from within. And if you're the main character in your own story, then start living like it. No more playing a supporting role in a life someone else wrote. No more living by the shoulds and supposed tos you never truly chose. Ask yourself this, if my life were a movie, what part am I in right now? Many of us are stuck in the middle, no longer the dream-filled youth, but not quite at the place we'd call fulfilled and settled. We work, care for our families, pay off debts, maintain relationships, but somewhere along the way, we forget ourselves. Sometimes we live as if we're waiting for someone to walk in and say, now's the time to begin. But no one's coming. And that's the good news, because you are that person. Think of the main character in your favorite film. No one handed them a script. They created turning points through action, through decisions, and through the courage to step into the unknown. So instead of letting others define you as that person with that job, the busy parent, or the woman who always sacrifices rewrite your role. Maybe you're the one who started over at 38, the one who dared to chase an old passion, or simply the one who found their true laugh again. You don't need a dramatic plot twist to begin. Just one small decision each day. Maybe it's spending 15 quiet minutes each morning doing what you love. Writing down that idea for a project you've been thinking about. Saying no to what drains you, and yes to what makes you feel alive. That's how you reclaim the lead in your own story. And remember, the main character isn't always strong. They doubt, they fall, they get lost. But what makes them different is this: they always return to themselves. Now is your time to do the same. You might not change the world, but you can change the way you move through it. From passive to intentional, from surviving to living with purpose. And that, no matter how small it seems, is enough to light up the rest of your story. Just remember, you don't need anyone's permission to start rewriting. You only need to tell yourself one thing: this is my life, and I'm ready to live it like I mean it. You've come a long way. You're no longer a beginner, no longer chasing every opportunity just to have something going on. Now, you carry experience, perspective, things you've lost and things you still quietly long for. So maybe it's time to ask yourself, honestly, what is my dream? It sounds simple. But for many adults, it's one of the hardest questions to answer. Somewhere along the road to growing up, we were taught how to be practical instead of how to dream. We got swept up in realistic goals, safe choices, and slowly tucked our dreams away in a dusty drawer labeled youth. But that doesn't mean the dream disappeared. It's still there. And now, more than ever, you have the foundation to make it real. You just need the courage to look at it again. This time with the eyes of an intentional, grown human being. Maybe you once wanted to be a designer, but chose finance because it was stable. Maybe you dreamed of writing a book, opening a tiny shop, or driving across the country in a van. Maybe all you wanted was a simple life close to nature, instead of being busy with things that never truly mattered to you. Not all of those things are easy to do. But the question isn't, is it easy or hard? The question is, are you willing to live truthfully? Don't measure your dream by money, or how impressive it sounds to others. Measure it by feeling. Does it make you feel more alive? Does it bring you back to yourself? Does it make you want to try even if no one's clapping? A dream doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real enough for you to move toward. Close enough that you can start today. Not to finish it, but to reconnect with it. Because something shifts when you finally admit your dream to yourself. You start acting differently. You make different choices. You choose work, people, and habits that move you in a new direction. The direction of awareness. The direction of you. And the thing you once called a dream. Little by little, others will start calling it your reality. This isn't romanticizing. This is choosing. If you dare to believe your dream still matters, you give it value again, not with words, but with action. Because no one else is responsible for your happiness but you. And there is no better time to begin than now. You've realized your dream is still there. It never truly disappeared, you just temporarily set it aside amidst the busyness and pressure of being an adult. But knowing you have a dream is one thing. Choosing to live for it, that's something else entirely. Because the moment you reconnect with a dream that feels real and meaningful, your mind will push back. But how? I don't have time. I have a family, debt, so many responsibilities. And it's true, you have all of those things. But you also have one thing no one else can take away. The power to choose every single day. You don't have to quit your job, move houses, or throw everything away to follow your passion. That's the Hollywood version. Real life doesn't need a dramatic 180-degree turn. Life begins to shift the moment you choose a new direction, even just 1 degree, and walk steadily toward it each day. Your actions don't have to be big. They just need to be real. Spend 15 minutes in the morning writing, drawing, or learning a new skill. Sign up for that online course that's been sitting in your favorites tab for 6 months. Turn off your phone for 30 minutes in the evening and read instead of doom scrolling. Have a serious conversation with yourself. Am I moving in the direction I want? Sometimes, the first step is simply admitting, I don't want to keep living like this. And that quiet honesty opens a new path. You'll face doubt from others and from within. There will be days when you're tired, discouraged, ready to give up. But remember, no hero in any story walks a smooth, perfect path. They fall. They fail. But they keep going. And that's what makes the story worth telling. You're rewriting your life through small, intentional choices. No one may notice at first, and some may never understand what you're doing. But you don't need their permission. You only need your own honesty. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need the first step. And then the next. Step by step, you'll begin to build a life with intention. A life where you're not just existing, but truly present. A life where you no longer wake up asking, how did I end up here? But instead say, today, I know where I'm going. You don't need to be fast. You just need to be real. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. You've come far enough to know that no one is coming to save you, because you never needed saving. What you truly needed was permission from yourself to live honestly. And if you've already taken even the smallest step, then you've done what most of the world is too afraid to do. You've chosen to live with intention. Now, there's nothing left to wait for. No more signs. No more advice. You know. You've already begun. And from here, all you need to do is keep going with trust, with consistency, and most importantly, with love for yourself. Life won't suddenly become easy just because you're living truthfully. Along the way, you'll face doubt, failure, and moments you'll want to give up. But remember, it's not the fastest who finish, it's the one who doesn't stop. And you're not alone. There are so many others, even ones you'd never expect, silently fighting to live as their true selves. When you live honestly, you inspire. When you act from the heart, you create space for others to do the same. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Don't wait for validation. Life isn't waiting for you to be ready, it's waiting for you to begin. Live each day like it's a scene from a film you'll one day look back on. And you'll want to be proud of how you lived. Even if all you do today is one small thing, that's progress. Even if you're tired but still moving, that's a victory. You are the author of your story. You are the main character. And the most beautiful part? You're still in the middle, nowhere near the end. So stand up. Adjust your role. Take a deep breath and keep going. Not because you have to, but because you get to live fully. And if you've ever wondered whether dreams really come true, here's your answer. They do. But only if you're brave enough to believe in them before anyone else does. Live with passion. Love yourself enough to stop settling for a quiet, half-lived life. Dare to chase what makes your heart race, because that's what makes you truly alive. This is your story. And it begins right now.